Hello everyone and welcome to Anderson Park here in Tarpon Springs, Florida on a scorching summer day, although it's not too bad here. I'm by the water. You can see I'm walking through mostly shade. You got a nice breeze. Definitely is making a difference. And speaking of hot, there is so much going on financially, as far as wars or potential wars go. I mean, you've got China still threatening Nancy Pelosi that if she gets on a flight to go to Taiwan, they will shoot the plane down. And of course, you still have Russia pulverizing Ukraine. That hasn't changed. Take a little walk down here just to show you really how shady it is. It's so beautiful. It's so much cooler than being out in the sun. And just a quick video today. Economically, we had another miracle on Wall Street today. The stock market green all across the board. It could not possibly go up any higher. Oh, that goes, check it out, a squirrel. Well, he ran behind that tree pretty quick. And hopefully, those of you that find my video, you're smart people, you can figure it out who's buying all these mortgage securities, all these bonds, all these stocks. I'll give you a hint, it's not the average investor, it's the feds. It is the plunge protection team. They're jumping in, buying all these stocks and bonds, propping up this market. I mean, they are melting this market up to levels unheard of. Just a quick timeout. I wanted to zoom in. A couple of ducks right there. Got someone out in the Wake Tarpon on a boat. It is just beautiful down here in Florida. I love the nature. But I don't love shenanigans on Wall Street. I don't love a fake stock market that's being completely manipulated. I mean, this stock market is faker than the money that is going into it. The money that is being printed and being fed to this market. That's how fake this stock market is. And I mean, here's another thing. Talk about a fake economy and a fake stock market. You have the White House, and of course Jerome Powell came out yesterday, literally changed the definition of what a recession is. I guess that now, in order to qualify for an economic recession, you have to have a Mad Max scenario. There has to be famine, blood on the streets, complete chaos. I guess you have to have that in order to qualify for an economic recession. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. By the time it is announced that we are in a recession, at that point, we're going to be in an economic depression. Seeing if there's any gators over here. Nope. We will be in a depression at that point. I mean, look at how they are just manipulating data. They are completely lying to the American people. And I'm telling you, if you ask me, here's my take on it. Now, this is just speculating. I don't have any actual info or evidence to confirm this. But of course, if you figured it out by now, there is a criminal cabal running everything. They print the money. It's all fake. They just completely control and manipulate the system. And they are taking us in to a controlled crash. I don't think there is any doubt in my mind now, because you look at how irresponsible the feds are with managing this inflation. They can't manage it anymore, folks. It's done. The inflation is just running way too hot. I mean, big deal. They raised the interest rate another 75 basis points, which does what to inflation at 9.1%. if you believe that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you will argue that inflation is, I would conservatively put it at 20%. Some of you may put it higher. You might say 20%, try more like 35 or 40. And you know what? You wouldn't be wrong. I mean, because inflation varies on different, depending on what you're buying. And I mean, just unbelievable what is going on. But here's what I'm speculating. Of course, they're going to take us into a controlled crash. I don't think there's any doubt that's going to happen. And, you know, up in New York City, was it earlier this month or it might have been the end of last month? They had a warning. They just put out this PSA, and you had this cartoonish music. I mean, it was so stupid and ridiculous. It's not even funny. And the PSA said, "Okay, New York, it's happened. We got hit by the big one. And we don't know how or why it happened. We just got nuked somehow." It's like, okay. And for your safety, go into your apartment, put your clothes in a sealed bag and seal it off, and just sit in front of the television and turn to us for more updates. Okay. I mean, giving a vague nuclear threat, I mean, that's where did that come from? It came completely out of left field. Unless obviously they know something. But it gets stranger. The other day, when was it? The 26th, the New York Department of Emergency, or the Emergency Department of New York, went out and posted something on Twitter saying, "Hey, New York, just another FYI, public service announcement here. You know, you might want to pack a bug out bag and, you know, put some copies of important documents in there, put some non-perishable foods, medicine." I mean, they didn't call it a bug out bag. I think that they called it a to-go bag, but essentially it's a bug out bag, okay? So all sorts of just strange things are happening. I mean, I think that the whole Roe v. Wade decision was just meant to distract us, create division. I think that this whole not declaring that we're in a recession, I think that is also a distraction. By saying that we're not in a recession, when it's so obvious that we are, people are going to look at that and say, where are they getting their data from? We're in a recession. 2 consecutive economic quarters of negative growth. Yeah, we're in a recession. I think that everything that's going on right now, they just seem to be ramping everything up more and more. It's just getting more and more ridiculous. Eventually, this has to lead to somewhere. And like I said, looking at these markets, oil today was actually up at one point by over $5 a barrel. And the end of the trading day, I checked, it was at just under $2. I'm sure there was market manipulation with oil. They're probably dumping some paper shares of it or probably selling more to China. Who knows? But I'm sure there was manipulation with oil because, again, that's going to push up gas prices, which is going to agitate more people. But if you just manipulate commodities, and by the way, gold has been steadily going up. They're not really able to manipulate that anymore, I don't think. But oil, they're still finding ways to manipulate it, apparently, because it just wants to go through the roof. And it seems that whenever the U.S. markets are open, it goes down. But today, I think they had a hard time dumping it. They probably wanted it a lot lower and weren't able to achieve that. But, you know, again, it's aesthetics. let's make everything look all pretty for everyone. Look, gas prices are falling. Look, the economy's getting better. Jerome Powell came on television and said that we're not in a recession. The only thing I got to tell, well, wait, I got one more final story that I'm going to add. This is, well, it's going to be a good story, hopefully, for somebody. The Florida Mega Millions right now is over $1 billion. I just went to pick up another ticket on the way home from work, and the guy I was talking to was saying that, yeah, it's at 1.3 billion, because I was saying, can you imagine if it rolls over again for a fifth time? It's probably going to be like 1.7 billion. He said, oh no, it's probably going to be 1.7 billion tonight. It's at 1.3 billion right now, the second largest jackpot in history. So what do you think? You want to, if you're in the Florida area, you're going to go out there and buy a Mega Millions ticket? $1.3 billion. And it's only going to go up. I think it probably will settle at least 1.5. I mean, can you imagine having that winning ticket? $1.5 billion. Well, the final thing that I'm going to add is stock and stack, people. Prepare. Buy whatever food you need to buy, clothes, medicine, any kind of supplies you can think of, because I think this ride is going to get a lot bumpier. Till next time, I know it's been a while since I posted, but it looks like it has been another successful delivery.